Hello everyone, welcome back to Amara and Khene. My name is Amara. Now, you have done your educational credential assessment and you've written your IELTS and you have the result. You've also created an express entry profile. What next? This is what we'll be discussing on today's video. If this is your first time here, please click on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and share with your family and friends. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Before I proceed, if this is your first time here and this is the first video you're watching, I would suggest you go back to the previous video detailing the documents you would need to create an express entry profile. Please go back and watch it. Now let's proceed. Most people want to know the total costs of relocating to Canada as permanent residents through the Express Entry Federal Skilled Workers Program. I would also be discussing the cost and the documents you would be needing to gather since you're now in the Express Entry profile. While waiting, you're actually waiting for your invitation to apply. There are some documents you need. The first one is a reference letter. You need a reference letter from the company or organization you're claiming you have work experience with. Now, if you're saying you have 3 years of work experience with 3 different companies, then you need reference letters for each of those companies. This reference letter actually has a format. There are some things that should be included in it. Now, you need to include things like your monthly and annual salary, how much you earn monthly and yearly should be there. The job title, the job role you're holding should be included in that reference letter. Your start date and your end date, if applicable. If you're still working with the company, then it should be stated. If you're no longer working there, then your end date should be included. Do not forget, this reference letter should be written in the company's letterhead. It should also be duly signed. Can be by your manager, your supervisor. The person's signature, name, and position held should be included there. Your duties should also be included in this reference letter. All the duties you performed in that role. Also include your status. Are you a full-time worker or it's a part-time work? It should be included there. The total hours you worked per week should also be there. 40 hours per week, 50 hours per week. Please include it in that reference letter. A sample of this reference letter is uploaded on our Facebook and Instagram pages. The link is on the description box, but you can go ahead and search Amara and Khene on these platforms. Like I stated, if you're claiming points or you said you've worked with 3 different companies or 2, or even if it's just 1, then you need to get reference letters from them. Now, most people have worked and they get paid in cash. And you're wondering, oh, what if they ask me to prove and I don't have a statement of account, a bank statement to prove that I worked here? That's all right. There are other ways you can prove that you worked in that company. You can provide your employment letter, you can provide pay slips or pay stubs. You can also go ahead to get a salary certificate in the letterhead of that company. That can show you have proof that you worked there. But if you have salary account and your money your salary gets paid into that account, all you need to do is print a 6 months statement of account and indicate it. This is really not necessary except you get asked for it. If you do not get asked for it, do not upload it yet. If the agent reviewing your application sees the need, they would ask for it, then you can provide it. So all you need right now is just your reference letter. For the total cost of expenses, I'll be stating them with other documents that you would be needing. Like you all know, you need your international passport. That's like the first thing you need. You cannot write IELTS without it. You need your international passport. And according to the Nigerian Naira, you can get that about 50,000 Naira per person. I'm sorry, I would have to be stating some of the amounts in the Nigerian Naira. For our subscribers from other countries, you can make a conversion into your own currency to know the amount you would be needing. You would also need to perform medical, and this is per person, per a family. So if you're a family of three of you would need to carry out the medical. Now for adults, it's about 46,000 Naira and it's subject to change. So it can change, increase when you're ready to do it. But for now, it is 46,000 Naira per adult. But for children, it is lesser. It's about 36,000 Naira. Now, you would also require to pay application fee. You're submitting an application. You need to pay a processing fee. That fee per adult is 850 CAD. You would have to do an exchange conversion to know how much it is. It is 850 Canadian dollars per adult. So if you're a family, the wife pays 850 Canadian dollars, the husband also pays 850 Canadian dollars. You would also pay a right to permanent residence. This is a fee you pay in order to get your permanent residency card. So it's about 515 Canadian dollars per adult. Still applies for a family. The husband pays 515 Canadian dollars. The wife also pays 515 Canadian dollars. Now for children, they pay 230 Canadian dollar per child. So if you have two, you'll be paying 460. If it's just one, 230 Canadian dollars. That's all you get to pay for the child. You also get to pay biometrics fee. You would get invited to come and carry out your biometrics, and that costs 85 Canadian dollars per applicant. But for a family, the husband and wife, you pay 170 Canadian dollars. Now that's that on application fee. You also need a police certificate. Now the police certificate amount depends on your country. You would have to find out how much your country charges to issue you a police certificate. You also need to know that for every country you've stayed above 6 months in the last 10 years, you would need to get a police certificate for that. So you're a Nigerian and you travel to the UK and you stayed 6 months there, 7 months, you would need to get a police certificate from the UK government. So for every country you've stayed for 6 months in the last 10 years, if it's over 10 years, then no need. In the last 10 years, you need to get a police certificate. You would also need a passport photograph. It has specifications. So you can go to a random studio and get it, but you need to find out the specifications. The specification is actually on the Government of Canada official website. You need to get it, but the link would be in the description box. You can go ahead and check them out, get out the specifications. However, there are also some studios in Nigeria that has these specifications. For instance, Studio 24, if you want to use them. But you can go ahead and use any studio of your choice. Just give them the specifications required. We've talked about IELTS in our last video. Currently, it's about 89,000 to 94,000. That's the range. Check them out. There are two bodies that does this: the IDP MOD and the British Council. You can check them out and choose whichever one you want. Your ECA report is another thing you need to hold. Now, don't forget, after the IELTS, you get a report. Educational Credential Assessment will also give you a report. These are documents you'll be uploading when submitting your application. You would also be uploading your degree certificate. Do not forget that. Now, for medical, I forgot to say something about it. There are clinics, specified clinics you go to for your medical. For Nigerians, there is Q Life and then IOM. Now, for other subscribers, we've included a link on the description box of the approved clinics where you can carry out your medical. Check the description box. You would find all the approved clinics in your country. Another document you'll be needing is your proof of funds document. Now, you have your money in mutual funds or fixed deposit, or it's just lying in your account. You need to print it out. You need to get that statement. You would be uploading it. So you need to get it from your bank. You would also be including a screenshot of the exchange rate platform you're using. The most popular are ircc.com and Oando. So any day you're submitting your application, just log on to maybe ircc.com, then you put in the amount you're changing, you screenshot it so that they would know the equivalent in your currency. Now for POF, let's go back to that. For the POF for family or for a single applicant, we have included the link on the description box. You need to check it out and know how much you would need to provide in your account. For a single applicant, one person, you need about 13,310 Canadian dollars. Now, you need to go and put that amount in ircc.com or Oando to know how much you would be showing in your currency. For a family of two, it's about 16,570 Canadian dollars. You need to know for every additional member, you would be adding an extra 3,586 Canadian dollars. Just not to make it long, the link is in our description box. They will tell you for each family member how much you will be providing in Canadian dollars. Now, you've gotten these documents. What do? You upload them. Go through that application carefully. Ensure you're uploading the right documents, because if it is wrong, it can lead to rejection. So ensure the documents are correct. You're putting the right one in the right placeholder. You submit, you pay the application fee and the right of permanent residence. After submitting, you have to wait, and they would view to know the completion of those documents. Did you submit the right documents? Are the documents complete? Are everything right? Then you get your biometrics request. Getting your biometrics request would lead you to create or register with the Canadian VFS embassy in your country. Register with them and go ahead and carry out your biometrics. Please note, children do not do biometrics. Biometrics are for adults. So if you have a child, do not bother. The child doesn't do biometrics. Finally, I would like to state that if you have ever been denied visa, they would ask you in the application. There is nothing to hide. Tell them. It will not be used against you. A lot of people have been denied visa and the application got approved. But if you hide it, then that is where the problem comes. So think well. In the last 10 years, have you been denied visa? Yes. Please state yes. They will ask you reasons why you were denied. Give them the reason why you were denied. Everything is fine, really. You have nothing to worry about. So we have come to the end of this video. Do you have any questions? Yes, the comment section is opened. Our Instagram page is opened. Please send a message and we're going to attend to it all. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button if this is your first time here, and turn on that notification bell so that you would receive every video we would be posting. In our next video, we'll be discussing other options on how you can improve your score. Yes, a lot of people, age is no longer on your side, or you do not have enough degree, a high degree to balance you up, or your IELTS, you've tried and you're not getting that required score. Don't give up. There is a way to actually increase your score, and we'll be discussing that in our next video. That's why you shouldn't miss it. So click on that notification bell. Thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you next time. My name is Amara. Until then, bye.